Welcome to Allowed to Talk, and today I want to talk about addictions. There are several addictions. Food addiction is one, and I'm that. I eat way too much food, and I have to watch the rest of my life because food is comforting to me, and that's not a good thing because you overindulge. Then there's alcohol addiction, where there's alcoholism involved, where they do things the next day or the next when they're sober, they don't remember what they did, and they say they were the most perfect father in the world because they don't remember when they came home drunk and hit their kids or choked their wife or whatever. And then there is also drug addiction, like people take fentanyl, but be careful because fentanyl has been poisonous from wherever it's coming from, and people are dying like the next day or an hour or two after they take it. So drug addiction isn't good either. And then the last one is sex addiction. And I know it's true that people have sex addiction because I grew up and heard about it when I was a very young girl, probably 12, 13, 14, something like that, in that age group, somewhere in my teenage years, maybe 12, I'm not sure. Can't remember the year it was. But addictions are not good things. They're bad things when you're addicted to things because food can be like poison and ruin your life, and alcohol definitely can ruin your life and your family's life. I was really heavy, I mean 50 pounds more than I am now for a long time. And drugs definitely, because you will do anything, rob people, etc., etc., just to get the drugs you need to fix. And then sex addiction. You will do, I guess, become whatever you can to have sex with someone. I don't know what that's like to have sex addiction, but I do know what food addiction's like, and you just see, like, I don't keep it in my house because if I see something that is something that I crave, I will eat most of it within a couple days, like a whole cheesecake. 4 days later, it's gone, and it's like a 12-piece cheesecake. So food addiction is real, and sex addiction is real too. I went to a counselor, a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and the first thing he said to me is, I do not give out drugs. I don't give prescriptions. I said, well, I'm not here for that. I'm here to talk about my complex post-traumatic stress. And he said, okay. And then in one of our 8 or 9 or 10 counselings, I asked him what he did before because he said he didn't always work in that office. And he said he was a counselor for people in jail for sex offenses. They did something to somebody, rape, whatever, because of their sex addiction. And he counseled people that were in prison about sex addiction. Now, I grew up with a lot of infidelity around me, and the one I remember the most, but I remember all of them because they were traumatizing for me. And we're all different. We're not all raised the same because we had the same parents. Because my brother's first wife that he divorced when he was 25, married at age 19, brought his 4 children to our house in our 2-bedroom farmhouse, and I spoke up and said I didn't want him to move there. Not that I didn't love them, but I just didn't want him to because I was the baby. I was 7 years old. I got slapped across the face and cried. And my mom eventually, well, she said, you'll be seen and not heard. You have no say in this. You have nothing in it. And then after I cried, after she slapped me, she did rock me a little, play with my hair, but it made me a little bit I should be seen and not heard, and I thought I had to do to be loved. And my brother divorced his first wife. Now, Charlene was her name, and then she had a sister Aubrey, and a sister May, and a sister Cindy. And they all went to the same school, I think the Scotland school, and I think it was for people of veterans. I don't know why they went there, but I know they were all raised by the same 2 parents. Yet, Aubrey was nice. She was like a people pleaser. But Charlene, I don't know about May and Cindy. They were very nice ladies. I met them a couple times. But Charlene was a sex addict. And I'll make it short by saying that my oldest brother, left her. She married another man. She had 4 kids with my oldest brother. Then she had 5 kids with another man. And then she was dating someone else because she couldn't stay faithful. She cheated on my brother. Sex addiction is real. And then there was no help back then because I am old. I'm 64. And I was like little, 7, when this all divorce happened. And then when I found out she died, they said she's a nymphomaniac and she was at a lake with a man who they were having oral sex, and he held her down, and it was involuntary manslaughter. And that's how Charlene died. So addictions are real. Just like when I got my paycheck cashed, I told my mom and went to my bedroom, and that night my one sister's brother-in-law from another state was visiting, and he tried to steal the money out of my purse by crawling through our bedroom at night. But I had a flashlight because we found a mouse before in the bedroom crawling around, so I had a flashlight and I shone it right in his face. And when I told them, they said he shouldn't have done it, but he's an alcoholic. So yeah, okay, excuses. I don't care what your excuses are. You need to follow the law and be trustworthy and always be honest. I thought at first it was our dog, Husky, but it wasn't. So, addictions are real. And when you're a kid and people have addictions, as I was like 18 or 19 when this guy came crawling in our bedroom. Luckily, my niece was there too, and she saw him. Or they might say, is she just making that up? Because that's how my family is, very dysfunctional. And all families have dysfunction. Back to addictions. Addictions are real, no doubt about it. And I hope you're having a wonderful day.